Now you will listen the special update in English.
Hurriyat leaders and organizations have strongly condemned India for using harassment and molestation of women as a weapon of war in illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The leaders and organizations expressed this while commenting on a report released by Kashmir Media Service, which stated that more than 11,245 women were harassed and molested by Indian troops in occupied Jammu and Kashmir during past 3 decades. Citing the concern expressed by some major Western powers over the assumed human rights violations, particularly of women in Afghanistan, they deplored the criminal silence maintained by the global community over the real war crimes, including gang rape of women by the brutal Indian troops in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Pertinent to mention here that Kashmir Media Service in its latest report added that rape is sanctioned as an official policy by New Delhi in the occupied territory and cited the gang rape of nearly 100 women by Indian occupational troops in Kunanposhpora village of Kashmir Valley on February 23, 1991. All parties Hurriyat Conference leader Devinder Singh Bahal and Jammu and Kashmir Employees Movement in their statement said that the Indian forces are torturing and harassing the Kashmiri youth to prevent them from spearheading the freedom movement. They termed the dismissal of Kashmiri employees without a logic or reason as illegal and the worst kind of human rights violation. PDP President Mehbooba Mufti has asked for immediate opening of all religious places, including Dargah Hazratbal and Srinagar Jamia Masjid, for Friday prayers. She said that continuous and unjustifiable ban on Friday congregations exposes the tall claims of authorities that all is well in the territory. The United Peace Alliance, along with several other socio-political organizations, staged a protest demonstration in Jammu against the Indian colonial policies in the occupied territory. Jammu and Kashmir People's Movement Chairman Mir Shahid Salim, in his speech on the occasion, said that India is currently doing the same with Jammu and Kashmir what East India Company did with British India. In the meanwhile, Jammu Chamber of Commerce and Industries has called for a day-long strike on Wednesday against the exploitation of local resources by Indian multinational company Reliance Industries Limited. Announcing the strike, Chamber of Commerce and Industries President Arun Gupta expressed resentment over the onslaught of Reliance-like big companies in Jammu. A protest demonstration will be held outside the United Nations building in New York on Saturday, 25th September, when Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi would address the United Nations General Assembly. Protesters will demand intervention of the world body for immediate lifting of the military occupation, release of all political prisoners, and restoration of communication and internet connectivity in the occupied territory. The protest will be organized by the US-based World Kashmir Awareness Forum and co-sponsored by the US Council of Muslim Organizations, Majlis Ashura New York, Islamic Circle of North America, and Council for Social Justice. Speakers at a webinar in Islamabad today urged the world community to stop India from implementing its Hindutva agenda in occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The event was organized by a group of displaced Kashmiri journalists. The Srinagar-based rights activist Muhammad Hassan Unto, speaking on the occasion, said the world powers have failed to stop India from committing human rights violations in Kashmir. Former Labour Party member of European Parliament, Julie Ward, said that the Indian government had taken aggressive steps even during COVID-19 to suppress the voice of Kashmiris. She said that the United Nations should take steps to help resolve the dispute, as India was not only changing laws and constitution but also taking aggressive actions in the occupied territory. And this is for now. Have a good night and keep listening to Radio Sadai Hurriyat Jammu Kashmir.